We had a wheel come off. That has been collected, and they continue to clean up over there between the first and second turn. We remain under caution as a couple of cars get down on pit road, including Corey LaJoie.
Another look at it. You saw LaJoie up in the outside lane. Beers might have been trying to stay off the 17 as he dove down into the turn, and it just snapped around. Looks like all the tires were up. You can see Silk swept up into it, and right behind them was Ebersol and Dave Zappienza. They were door to door with nowhere to go and piling in after the fact. So a really tough break for those four drivers to get involved in this incident. Meanwhile, on pit road, Tyler Ripkema still working on that number 32 after the problems they had. Craig Lutz is on pit road, making an adjustment to the rear. And here is the 17 of Corey LaJoie. And they are making an adjustment to the chassis on the left front of that car. Rob Fuller is involved with this operation. He was one of the individuals that helped put this together for Corey LaJoie when Michelle Davini came into the office and said, I want to build a Whelen modified tour race car, and I want to go cup racing. And he said, well, how about I get a cup driver to race your Whelen modified tour race car? He called up Corey LaJoie, and Corey LaJoie had the opportunity to do this. So we're working the second caution here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. 30 laps in the books, and Eric Goodale is out front. Welcome back to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We are now 33 laps into the Whelen Manufactured in America 100 for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, the 9th stop as we roll into the second half of the season here in the month of July. Eric Goodale's the race leader, but the 17 of Corey LaJoie under this caution has been on and off pit road multiple times to work on the left front. Let's take a look at what happened as he got into turn number 1. He caught the left front tire on the right rear Nerf bar of Patrick Emmerling's machine at the entrance of the corner, knocked the toe out on that 17. And they've been on and off pit road at least 4 times to make the adjustments and get that car so the wheel and the tires are all pointed in the same direction.
And I think you'll find that because he was slowing up due to that damage, that's what stacked the guys up behind him. Eric Beers, Ron Silk, Dave Sapienza, and that's how that incident happened up there between the first and second turn, is that they were all coming in to get into the back of LaJoie, and as they all checked up because of that down in the first and second turn, it just went crazy, as you can see right here. As Beers tried to go to the inside of LaJoie, that didn't work, and the big collection of cars, including a wheel flying off up there in the first and second turn.
Dave Zapienza, Kyle Ebersol also involved. That's the reason for our most recent caution. The second caution of the day, the first one came for a spin by the 44 of Bobby Santos. Santos has since rallied from that spin up to now the 7th position. Back on pit road, Corey LaJoie, looks like they're making an adjustment to the spoiler off the rear of that race car, just tightening things and making sure that that's all taken care of. He ran over some tape out on the racetrack, so they'll try to get that cleared off. And then they'll send Corey LaJoie back out into the racetrack. And, you know, some of you might say, as he tries to knock that tape off by using the brake pedal to clear that off, you know, Corey LaJoie on and off pit road multiple times. If you go to short tracks around the Northeast or around the country, really common for cars to come in, especially in modified racing where you can access so much of the suspension components to come in and make adjustments. Now, he came in because he had damage, but you go back to the days of Ted Christopher. He lived on coming in, pitting early if his car wasn't right, and then getting the magic just right and charging up through the field, and it was always entertaining to watch. So LaJoie has had a fast race car all afternoon long. He was fast here yesterday, qualified well. We'll see if that 17 can roll up through the field. He'll be about mid-pack when we get back under the green flag.
Yeah, they made enough adjustments to it, that's for sure. So hopefully they're going to have it to his liking. He won't know for sure once we get back to full speed, but he is moving that car around on the racetrack, get the tires warmed up, and just make sure all those adjustments are going to stick.
Continuing to work the caution here in the Whelen Manufactured in America 100, Eric Goodale continues to lead at Loudon.
Following the Toyota pace car around, gets set to turn him loose, and we get to that point in the race with 65 complete, just shy of 70 to go. In the third stage.
Back here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the field has been given the 1-to-go signal to get back underway here in the Whelen Manufactured in America 100. One of the stories we were documenting was Andy Seuss in the 70 machine. He's the car chief for the NASCAR Cup Series number 16 for A.J. Allmendinger from Hampstead, New Hampshire. Longtime Whelen Modified Tour competitor. He's got a couple of NASCAR championships to his credit as a driver. Yesterday, they had a motor expire in the car. Woody Pitkat practiced the machine because Andy Seuss had obligations in the NASCAR Cup Series in his day job, but Steve Mendoza pulled the engine out of his modified, drove overnight from Rome, New York to get to New Hampshire at Motor Speedway here today. They put the engine in this morning, and Andy Seuss from the back has raced toward the front. He's in the 9th position as we get set to go back under the green flag.
Pace car peels off onto pit road, and we're ready to turn him loose with 36 laps complete. Coming to the green flag on the restart. And the green flag is out. Here's Anthony Nocella trying to race him down into turn 1, but the outside row a little stronger.
And that's Eric Goodale, but Nocella drives deep down into turn 1, and he takes the lead off turn 2.
Yeah, he was able to dive down deep enough and have the room to slide up coming out of turn 2 and leads him down the backstretch.
Here comes Goodale, crossing him up, getting into turn number 3. Goodale to the bottom, nerf bar for the top spot. Kobe sitting there in 3rd, wheel to wheel off turn 4.
And Anthony Nocella gets a great launch out of 4.
This track goes Doug Kobe. Trying to find room to the outside to slide back up in line, but he's going to give up some ground. Here's Goodale to get through, and Goodale's got to run right to the back bumper of Nocella.
Yeah, and John McKennedy sitting right there in the number 79. He's occupying the space that Doug Kobe would like to slide up into, and right behind McKennedy is Donnie Leah in that number 3. So Kobe mired on the bottom of the racetrack.
Goodale going to take another stab at it down to the bottom of turn 1. Slides up in front of Nocella. Nocella looking low, can't do it, stays in line as they hit turn 2. The battle, though, is on for 4th, now 5th. Kobe backpedaling, Donnie Leah gets around the outside.
Yeah, again, Kobe looking for some space to get back up into that preferred groove and is able to do much here across the stripe.
For Anthony Nocella, just shy of the halfway point of this one in Nocella. And that number 92, the family operation, and a part-time runner on the modified tour, but is always good when we come to this racetrack. How about Leah? 2-time champion of the series. He's a Kobe trying to cling to the back bumper of Donnie Leah and stay with the lead pack. To the back straightaway, Eric Goodale leading the way. Now John McKennedy in the 79. Steps out of line and looks to the bottom.
Here's McKennedy.
Moves up to the 2nd spot. Sets
and goes in front of him. He'll be the new leader out of turn 2.
So Donnie Leah to the race lead. Pat with Anthony Nocella in turn 3.
Yeah, Emmerling with a good run. Here's Andy Seuss appears to be off the pace. And down on the entrance to pit road, down on the inside of the racetrack. And that's a tough break as it looks like he may be out of this.
The top 2 break away. And here's what happened. Andy Seuss on the back straightaway. Corey LaJoie, a little bump draft as they went down into turn number 3. And LaJoie settling in behind as the Seuss car now off the pace, down on the apron. The road course here at New Hampshire finally makes that car down to pit road.
Leaders continue to pull away. It's Goodale and Donnie Leah, and behind them a pretty good battle with Patrick Emmerling. Anthony Nocella, who's been in it through the whole race. Now Tommy Catalano add his name to the list as he's moved up into the top 5.
Good strong run for Catalano. Inside the top 5 in points this season, the red number 54. Putting the bumper to the 92. Came so close to winning the race in Richmond, leading late, but misjudged some lap traffic. And look, that bumper badly beat up. You'll see it here on the back straightaway as they come down the 54. Watch this front bumper and see how sideways it is and flat it is. He's been